Well, good afternoon and welcome to Twerton Park for today's national sides clash between Bath City and St Albans. When these two teams last met in Hertfordshire back at the end of November, it was the first match after Alex Fletcher's injury. City went down 3-0 and with Jordan Dyer sent off, it was the start of a run which didn't see Bath win for the next 9 fixtures. It left St Albans 7th in the playoff spots and City slipping down the table. Now, how those positions have changed. City are top of the form table after their last 8 fixtures, while St Albans have only managed 2 victories over the same time period, admittedly against fellow playoff contenders Worthing and Havant. In Sean Jeffries, they're one of the league's most prolific marksmen, and to go with that, National Side's 3rd best defensive record. My name's Andrew Kerslake. Alongside me, I have today's commentary team of Joe Acklam and Alex Kiltika.
As Aaron Farmer waits to give 𝗛𝗚𝗚𝗛𝗚𝗚 Cooper the green light for St Albans City, as they will be shooting from left to right as we look at things towards the Bristol end. Bath City, as mentioned, down the slope in the first half towards the Bath end. An atypical start for them, but we're underway now. The ball is played back to 𝗛𝗚𝗚𝗛𝗚𝗛𝗚, looking straight out towards Stanley, who gets up nicely and wins the header, but it's straight to the slick-back hair figure of Jack Batten, who once again lofts it forward, and 𝗛𝗚𝗚𝗛𝗚𝗚𝗛𝗚 puts it straight out of play for a throw into Bath City. Here is 𝗛𝗛𝗛𝗛𝗛𝗛𝗛𝗛𝗛 on that left-hand side, who's back on loan from Coventry City, having joined the Sky Blues in January. And if anyone saw the announcement photo, that was a poor mistake there from McKenna. James Walton looking to go for the spectacular. He's not quite Pedro Gonçalves on the Thursday night.
Yeah, attempted lob there. He was slightly wide and slightly high.
Absolutely no surprises there with that turn and shoot, as it's played long by 𝗛𝗚𝗚𝗛𝗚𝗛𝗛𝗛 now up towards Jeffers. He gets up very early, wins the header, trying to get Banton in behind. He's going now, Banton. Zane Banton, he's got 𝗛𝗚𝗚𝗛𝗚𝗛𝗛𝗛 Cooper ahead of him. There's Cooper, and it's beyond Harris, and it's 1-0 to St Albans. An early lead after 8 minutes. 𝗛𝗚𝗚𝗛𝗚𝗛 Cooper absolutely silencing Andrew Kerslake by getting on the score sheet almost immediately as we talked about that goal. And Bath City, who've been in such a rich vein of form, are shell-shocked.
Yeah, they were left exposed at the back there. The ball coming to Cooper, and Cooper's shot actually going underneath Harris through his legs and into the back of the goal. So not the start that City wanted at all, and they're going to have to work hard after this.
Bath City just once again with the ball at the feet of Jack Batten. His long ball goes straight to Cody Cook. It's a nice ball. Finds Elliot Freer on the left flank. Back inside to Cook. His pass is a bit behind him though. He does well here, Cook. Freer hugging that left-hand touchline. He's standing up towards Stanley, trying to get beyond him. Wriggles away, gets the ball into towards the middle. It won't quite drop for Tom Smith. They're put behind for a corner kick to Bath City. He tries to whip this one in. Head of the Mr. Next ice cream truck. The ball played deep in towards the far post. It goes over the head of Greenslade. There's a foul in the middle, I think, on Kyron Wiltshire, which will relieve the pressure on the Saints. But now all the way back to Dyer, and Bath City, for not the first time this afternoon, have had to work it all the way back to Max Harris when they did have the ball in an advanced area. Ball played long, and it's just about crept out of play before Hayfield keep it in. In fact, he was in offside position before he made that dart back to try and get on the end of his goalkeeper's long ball.
But 90 minutes gone, City down 1-0, but a better spell by City, I feel. A little bit more control, a little bit more possession there, moving the ball around nicely. I do think James Morton, for me, is one of my most improved players of the season. Really come on in the last few games, and a great interception.
Yeah, the ball's just been moved from the St Albans half to the Bath City half, from where he was offside to where he actually picked up the ball. But here is Dafari Moore, drives inside. He's played a great pass across to Cooper. Bit of space on the edge of the penalty area, looks to shoot, but got his angles all wrong, and instead ended up shooting at a photographer rather than the goal.
I find that absolutely astonishing. How, according to that, he was offside 10 yards inside his own half.
Ever since the goal, mainly City on top. They just haven't been able to find any way near the goal, as it might fall now to St Albans in the box. It's with Banton trying to wriggle his way out of that to Jeffers, who gets a head onto it. It's a soft header, and this lands straight in front of Max Harris, who can gather. Dangerous opportunity for St Albans.
You can't give Jeffers room in the box, but his head didn't really connect with the ball as well as he would have intended.
Now City in possession with Wilson. He takes a touch down the line, beats the man. Has a chance to cross it in now, plenty of space ahead of him. Inside box, takes a cross in. It's into no one, cleared away by McKenna. And it can be brought out now by Wiltshire. There's plenty of space ahead of him. Has option to his right with Cooper, uses Cooper. Inside the City half now. Greenside should intercept, does so. Now to Freer. Slightly end-to-end football now. Tom Smith, has he held his line? No, according to the linesman. and it will be a free kick for St Albans. Tunbridge trying to move into a playoff spot. Jack Wood has got the winner here a few weeks back.
Haven't challenging for a relegation spot.
It does seem like that, and it could fall to Banton now. There's plenty of City shirts around him. It's very tricky. Is it Banton? Is it falls to Cooper, who does take a shot with the left foot. Cheltenham, who have Luke Southwood on their books at the moment, on loan from Reading, former City player. Chris Lyons trying to intercept that ball, but it will fall now for Ben Smith, who tries to send it in to Banton in the box now. Has Tom Smith around him, trying to find an option. Lays it off to Cooper, sends it across high, and it may just fall out for a throw-in. No, it's kept in by Destrolio. Back now to Moore. Trying to find an option to get it into the box. It's crossed in near Jeffers, headed away by Greenslade. It could fall to Banton, who does find the back of the net. Max Harris well off his line, trying to come out to collect the ball. And Greenslade and Smith both hit the deck, trying to clear it away. And the 27th minute is now 2-0 to St Albans. Banton, who's been probably the best player on the pitch so far for the visitors, has grabbed himself a goal.
Well, you have to say that was, again, a real muddle in the defence. Harris came off his line to get that ball, collided with Greenslade, and in the end it was easy for Banton to tap it in with Harris stranded. But I don't think Jerry Gill's going to be very happy about either of those goals that have gone in this afternoon.
Former Luton player grabbed himself a goal. Now Dyer on the edge of his own box, has to send it wide near to where Wilson will be. Falls to Hayfield instead. Put it over top for Wilson, who has the pace, and he can send a cross in now by the byline in towards Cody Cook, headed away by Adebayi. Here comes Chris Lyons now, in towards Batten, cleared away. Only as far as Tom Smith near the edge box, has to turn away to keep possession. Now Hayfield, who will drive forward, lays off to Chris Lyons' right-hand side near the byline. Can send a cross in now, it does fall to Wilson, but it goes wide. And it will be a goal kick. Good opportunity for Bath.
Yeah, I think the referee there wasn't quite sure whether it was a goal kick or a corner.
As it does fall to Wilson, right-hand side now. He could have a chance to take a shot from the right. Does take a shot, comes off the inside of the post. And now can be cleared away by Moore. And he falls as far as Wiltshire. Great opportunity for Scott Wilson to grab another goal to his collection. Now it's Hayfield on the ball. Does well to just cut inside, but it's cleared away by Adebayi. Now Jeffers can hold the ball up.
How did that ball not stay in? It looked to hit the inside of the post. I was sure it was going to bounce back across goal.
And Morton trying to thread it through all the way to Tom Smith. Cleared away that time. As far as Ben Smith. Now it's forward all the way towards Moore. It's down to Stanley.
St Albans look very comfortable on the ball, but, I mean, they have looked vulnerable down that right-hand side, and it's the pace of Wilson down that side that looks to be the real threat. He'd already broken away a couple of minutes earlier.
Banton to take the corner. It's low in towards Jeffers, who come across to try and take a shot. Completely misses the ball. It's cleared away, and it'll be another throw for St Albans. It's really good play from St Albans between Jeffers and Cooper. Cooper receives the ball back on the right-hand side from Jeffers. Will look to try and get it in towards his striker. Greenslade staying on him strong. Loses out there, though. Cooper in towards Banton, who tries to get his shot off. He does so. I mean, to put it straight, yes. And Smith trying to hold it up on the edge of the box. It falls to Cody Cook when it goes for a volley. And there's going to be a very early substitution for Bath. And it's going to be Tom Smith that is relieved by Sonny Cox. And I did mention a minute ago that Smith looked a bit out of sorts trying to go for that ball, so I wonder if he's picked up a slight knock perhaps, or if it is a complete tactical change.
I think it's tactical. I don't know the result. I know he had a scan in the week. We'll try and find out what happened with that.
And falls to Jeffers now inside the box, and Max Harris holds it, and Jeffers gets a second opportunity after Harris lets go of the ball, can't quite bring it into grasp, and he hits the post. There's twice the woodwork has been hit, once from each team now. St Albans certainly got the momentum right now. Stanley inside to Banton. City need to try and find a way into the box. Hayfield goes all the way to Greenslade, and the referee will definitely blow up there. And I'm not quite sure why City didn't decide to try and send a cross in, but unfortunately it does mean at half-time it is a Bath City 0, St Albans 2. A very well-deserving lead for the visitors.
Bath City have 8 or 9 players on the edge of that St Albans penalty area now. James Morton towards that back post, goes over the head of Batten, and it's flicked away by 𝗛𝗏𝗏𝗏, but should be kept in by Hayfield. Up the line now, Luke Spokes in his short socks. It's a good ball over the face of goal, and then just about dealt with by Dylan Berry. I think Cody Cook was in behind him. It was played back in towards the middle and got away again by St Albans. I think it's now a foul committed in the middle there as a man clutching his face on the floor now for St Albans, and they will get a small bit of respite. 𝗛𝗚𝗛𝗏𝗏, who was the man down for St Albans, he has got up now. I think Jerry Gill's protestating from afar that he should have to come off the pitch, which as yet hasn't happened. Jerry Gill was mentioned in the first half, has already had a talking to, and is having a bit of calming words from Martin Underhay, the linesman as well. He thinks Bath City should be having the ball. He will be booked for his arguments. Referee not taking any of it to heart. Aaron Farmer just trotting across before giving him a slice of cheese.
Yeah, no, I think in this case, Jerry Gill has a good case to make there.
Yeah, I think on two counts, at first 𝗛𝗏𝗏𝗏 should be off the pitch for this. Probably Cody Cook as well. And also that Bath City had the ball, and he will be booked.
I suppose Cook didn't receive any treatment, did he? It was just the St Albans player who received treatment.
Yeah, it was a self-check from Cody Cook. 𝗛𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏 will stay on, and St Albans will launch this ball long, where Jerry Gill very much thinks that the ball should be given back to the Romans. And Farmer comes back onto the pitch now, going straight over to Dylan Berry, so I don't know if he's got some words about how this one should go. He looks like it's going to be a drop ball that St Albans will get to feet instead of having to clip it long.
I think Jerry Gill's probably sailing fairly close to being sent off here. He's obviously had a word with the assistant as well.
Yeah, he was shouting quite vociferously there, and he's still going actually, and is now doing a Cesc Fabregas and sarcastically applauding Aaron Farmer, as once again he's gone across to Dylan Berry to see what's going on as he picks the ball up immediately from the drop ball, which I'm guessing is against the rules. I don't necessarily know. As he will now get, and he's done it again, so I don't know why he's dropped the ball twice.
Right. Bit mysterious, but then on the other hand, we did see an offside decision in the player's own half, which was rather strange as well.
Yeah, so there's a few goings on that aren't quite
not Mr. Farmer's best afternoon, I don't think.
No, as the balls go back, and it's played long up the line by Hayfield. Cody Cook doing really well to hold off 𝗛𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏, and he's just run out towards his right-hand channel, clips up the line. Scott Wilson the favourite to get there, but a good dive in front of the ball by 𝗛𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏. Bath City were a throw-in 5 yards up from the corner flag. What can they make of it? Hayfield looking to get things going quickly, but Sonny Cox and Luke Spokes not making too much of haste in the runs. It's off the Cox now, going back towards his own goal. Flicks a good pass though. James Morton's in a bit of space on the left-hand side of the box. Down the line now. Hayfield, can he keep it in? He's offside though. Really shouldn't have been Hayfield. He made a late run as it was, and it was a really good opportunity for Bath City to put that in the middle, but halted once again by the offside flag. Just inside his own half, passes forwards into midfield. Here is Greenslade, who's really used those spaces well on Tuesday night to drive forwards. Elliot Freer back to Spokes. What can he find up against Ben Smith? Lovely little turn to get out of trouble and delivers the ball in towards the middle. It's over the top and just away from Sonny Cox. A second fabulous ball of the afternoon from Luke Spokes.
I think it's going to be Dan Hayfield coming off.
It is Dan Hayfield, the right wing back, who will be replaced by a one-time Bath City loanee, Opie Edwards, on that right-hand side, looking to use his pace. He'll be raw. We'll see what he's actually able to do, having played too much football of late, but Opie Edwards is back at Twerton Park. This long ball is headed into midfield, and James Morton, that's a fantastic turn. He gets it forward. Scott Wilson can't quite flick the ball out towards Elliot Freer, but he does get the ball back anyway. He's trying to run away from Ben Smith, but one in midfield by the young midfielder. Here's Zane Banton, who once again has a chance to dribble. He's got Jay Cooper outside him. Here comes Banton. It's a beautiful pass in behind Greenside. Cooper finishes it, and it just rolls agonisingly across the face of goal and the wrong side of the post. 𝗛𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏 gets the ball on the left-hand side. It's a good 1-2 with Jeffers, and he drives in centre here. He's got a man outside. Shea Cooper once again in space, takes his touch, sizes up Greenslade this way and that, plays inside Jeffers, and it's a fantastic block from Jordan Dyer. We know what that man can do in the penalty area, and that was pivotal. Here is Stanley running inside once again. Here is Sonny Cox, gets away, it's a lovely turn inside. Looks up and only sees Scott Wilson in the middle though. Plays out to Opie Edwards. Gets his first run at 𝗛𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏. Drag back over the ball, darts down the side. Opie Edwards, a great cross to the back post and just beyond Scott Wilson. And that is what Opie Edwards can do. for Bath City, which 𝗛𝗚𝗚𝗛𝗚𝗛𝗧𝗦 will take. Outswinger in towards the middle, towards Greenside, over him, and it comes, it's at the back post, and Solly Cox scores! Game back on at Twerton Park. It's the man on loan from Exeter. And it's 64 minutes into the game, Freer, and for the second game running, Bath City have scored from a corner.
Well, it was a good corner there, and Cox almost casually looked to side-foot it into the net, went over a whole clutch of players there, and we were saying, will St Albans get nervous after this? They lost from a winning position last Saturday. Could today be a repeat of that kind of scoreline? Well, there was a moment in the first half when Jeffers tried to slow it down after they'd scored the first goal. That was only about 10, 15 minutes gone.
Here is Jeffers, so it's a slip though from Jordan Dyer. Jeffers! And are my eyes deceiving me? Sean Jeffers one-on-one, you'd bet your house. It's Bath City playing the ball now. Opie Edwards just knocks it inside. His electric pace has got Bath City back into this one, but he just slips there ahead of Zane Banton, and Bath City are in a little bit of trouble. Banton slipping as well, but Dyer covers in. Does really well to get his body in the way of Jeffers, had to bring him down, and it's a free kick to Bath City.
Yeah, Dyer did just the right thing there, didn't he? Held on to the ball and made the player foul him.
It can be brought forward now by St Albans, but Edwards is there again. He seems to be everywhere at the moment on my right-hand side. Looking for an outlet. It does have Cox. It does chuck a ball all the way forward to him. Come forward to Cox now. Right-hand side of the box. Cuts inside onto his left. Crosses it into Cook! Oh no, it's offside! Initially, it looked like it was going straight in, but the header actually ricocheted off the post. And the linesman has put his flag up. Moments away from eruption here at Twerton Park, but sadly it remained 2-1 to the visitors. Dyer and Batten being chased down there. Batten sends the ball over the top towards Cox, who should be able to gain possession. Right-hand side of the box, cuts inside. It's now Sonny Cox on his own in the box, but it's a brilliant challenge by 𝗛𝗚𝗚𝗛𝗧𝗦 just to slide in at the pinnacle moment as Sonny Cox is about to unleash a shot towards the goal. As 𝗛𝗚𝗚𝗛𝗧𝗦 will take now, in swinger. In towards near the penalty spot, forced to dive into Wilson, but he couldn't deflect the ball home. He had to get right under the ball and twist his entire body.
Yeah, it came to him very quickly, didn't it? Flicked off another player, and he didn't have much time to think about that. I think almost an instinctive header.
Now with Morton dispossesses him. He sends another ball down along to the right-hand side. It's between Detrolio and Cox. Tries to take a touch around Detrolio, but the left-back holds himself well, and Detrolio just smashes the ball against near where the fans would have been. A few young fans down there as well. That could have ended up a lot worse than it was. Spokes cuts inside in field. Just trying to pull it back all the way to Greenslade, near the halfway line now. We'll just send a crossfield ball into Sonny Cox. It could fall to Cody Cook. Edge of box now, near 18-yard line. Takes a left-footed shot, but it's tame, and Berry gets down low to his left. Another opportunity for City, another shot on target. Just looking for someone to lay it off to. Now it's Vs on the left-hand side of the box. We'll send a cross in with the left foot in towards the St Albans player, and it was a really good opportunity there.
And then Neil just flicking that ball wide, and you just come onto the pitch, of course.
Morton does win the header. Two St Albans players getting between each other then, and Cody Cook can bring it away. Now gives it off to Free on the left-hand side. Tries to bring it back inside to Cody Cook on the overlap, and he would have had the ball in the box there. But Stanley can bring it away. Now with Vs, right-hand side, back to Stanley. Send the ball over the top to Neil. You'd expect Neil to win that race against Batten. He does so. He's coming into box now, and Batten's just holding his own. And he takes a shot in the end, and Max Harris gets low, and he kicks it away for her corner for St Albans. Cook with a fantastic header to Cox. Shoulders it down, and now he sends it through away to Wilson, who should be onside, but he brings down Stanley, and that will definitely be a free kick. Oh, apparently it's not going to be free. It will be a free kick, but instead it'll be to against Stanley for handballing it, where he thought it was a free kick. It definitely looked like it was going to be a free kick for St Albans, but...
Yeah, because I was sure that Wilson had committed the foul.
Certainly looked like it, and this is definitely an opportunity now for City to whip a good cross in. If it was slightly more central, this would be a really great opportunity to take a shot, but you never know, as Edwards is going to take it with the right foot. Assuming it's just going to be an in-swinging cross rather than a shot, but you never know in these situations. About to hit the 42nd minute. Edwards now hits it straight in. There's a goal! But it's offside. It came off the head of Greenslade, and the City players are appealing. And Greenslade, it was a perfect header that rippled the back of the net.
Oh, VAR, where are you when we need you? Because was that offside? I don't know. it happened so quickly. Greenslade running in at the far side. Header, the referee's assistant did put his flag up straight away. Jerry Gill waiting to have a word with him. Dover, nothing for them this afternoon. Hampton and Richmond 3 goals up down on the south coast.
Harris boots it into the box, appeals for a penalty. Referee says no. Obi Edwards now has it in the box, right inside, but his touch lets him down and it goes out for a goal kick. It was a great opportunity for City to find a way through to goal, but Edwards' touch lets him down. So St Albans actually got the second best away record in the league. So we're hoping to improve on that right now as it falls to Moore on that left-hand side. And now with Wies, and that's a brilliant finish by Wies, by Mitchell Wies here in the 90-plus minutes to make it 3-1 to St Albans.
Yeah, City left exposed at the back. The cross came in from Moore. Wies simply standing there. All he had to do was volley it into the net, and that's exactly what he did do.
A cracking finish by Mitchell Wies. His first time, didn't even allow it to bounce. Just side foots it to bottom right corner from near where the penalty spot was. And that was his first goal since the reverse fixture. It's one of those third goals where the team has pushed so hard in the second half, they just haven't been able to find their way through. And fatigue kicked in, and there goes the full-time whistle. And unfortunately for City, it does end Bath City 1, St Albans City 3. St Albans going 2 up at half-time. And then Sonny Cox halving the deficit from a corner in the second half. But unfortunately, a disallowed goal and a third goal for St Albans means it does end with City on the losing end here at Twerton Park.
Yeah, I get the feeling, Alex, that it was really the first half performance that lost it for City, wasn't it? Giving away those 2 soft goals, they left them, if not a mountain, certainly a substantial hillock to climb in that second period. Just looking down there, in case you didn't hear us earlier on, Alex Fletcher back here this afternoon. He was warming up, doing a little bit of training before the game. Just see him down there, heading down the tunnel, and how good it is to see him.
Yeah, it's absolutely fantastic to see Alex Fletcher here. Obviously, he'd much rather to come here and City get a result out of this one, but it is great to see him in and around Twerton Park.
We've enjoyed you being with us this afternoon. Do join us if you can't get down to Frome on Tuesday night, although that should be an interesting and exciting game. City going down 3-1 this afternoon in front of 1,390. A great day here at Twerton Park. Thank you very much for being with us, and we look forward to being with us again.